Dear students, welcome back to my class. Today we are starting with the new chapter, Class Reptilia, and we are discussing about what are the salient features of this particular class. So let's move. Have you heard about this class Reptilia? These are the common organism which is coming under this Reptilia, that is snakes, lizards, then turtles, calotus, etc. Okay, so we can define the reptiles as they are cold blooded, lung breathing, oviparous tetrapods. Oviparous means they are egg laying, tetrapods means they are having 4 limbs with a dry skin. They are having an exoskeleton of dry skin which is generally forms exoskeleton composed of mainly the scales, epidermal scales called corneocytes. So all features that possess an organism, we can say that it will be a reptile. Okay, so this particular group is we can say that is a heterogeneous assemblage because it consisting of different kinds of organism, right? So this heterogeneous group generally, or the assemblage generally consisting of what kind of organisms? It includes lizards, snakes, crocodiles, turtles, tortoises, and lizard-like sphinodonts. Okay, so these are the general definition of a class Reptilia. Clear? Then what are the salient features? The first one is their exoskeleton. Exoskeleton is nothing but it is a outermost covering of the body, right? This exoskeleton consisting of modified epidermal scales, plates, scutes and spines. I told you that different kinds of organisms are generally coming under this particular class. So here you may be knowing that what it indicates. It is exoskeleton of a turtle. This is an exoskeleton of a crocodile. This is an exoskeleton of a snake, and this is Komodo dragon. Okay, so this is the exoskeleton of all these organisms are generally varying, but simply they are the modified epidermal scales. Okay, then among vertebrates, the epidermal scales appears first in the reptiles as a terrestrial adaptation to prevent the evaporation loss of water. So when we analyze the evolutionary period of time before Reptilia, we can see which organisms have been evolved. Yes, amphibia. In amphibia, you can see that their skeleton is not much rough as reptiles, right? It is only a loose fold of skin in the case of any kind of amphibia. But here, come to Reptilia, their body is somewhat very rough, right? So among vertebrates, for reducing the excess evaporation of water, they are adapted. What kind of exoskeleton they generally produce? These kinds of tough and rough kind of epidermal exoskeleton. Okay, so this is one of the feature that we can see that the higher organisms were adapted to terrestrial mode of life. Okay, then about the cutaneous glands. Cutaneous glands are nothing but these are the glands which is found in the skin. These cutaneous glands are extremely reduced or absent in this particular class, except in some forms where they are modified for the production of scent to attract mates. So we can say that among reptiles, the cutaneous glands is altogether absent, but in some forms this cutaneous glands is well developed, but these are generally concerned with attracting the opposite mates. So it's having an important role in the reproduction. Okay, then they are characterized by the presence of 2 pairs of pentadactyl limbs. Penta means 5. They are provided with 5 digits, just like this. Okay, and whose digits are generally tipped with the claws. You can see that the digits are entered in claws, as in lizards, as in crocodiles. You can see that as in chelone, that means turtles and tortoises. You can see that the digits are generally ends in what? Claws. These claws are generally concerned with clinging firmly to the substratum or any kind of branches. Okay, then comes the vertebra. The vertebrae in reptiles generally classified into 2 different types, that is called the gastrocentros vertebrae and procoelous vertebrae. These two vertebrae are generally more prominent among this particular class, and we will discuss this particular type of vertebrae in our following chapters. Okay, so I hope you understood what are the salient features, 5 different features. Okay, so let's move to the another details about the skull. The skull is monocondyle. Monocondyle means they consisting of only a single occipital condyle through which the brain is the brain is continued as the spinal cord, right? And the jaw suspension, the suspension of jaw or the movement of jaw is orthostatic, that it is free to move. But except the case of Cortillosauria. Cortillosauria is another particular group which is coming under this particular class. Except this Cortillosauria, you can see that the skull of most of the reptiles are monocondyle or consisting of only a single occipital condyle along with a freely movable jaw. Then temporal fossa. Temporal fossa is another structure which is found in the skull. This is present among what? Reptiles. Then comes the pectoral girdle. Pectoral girdle, we know that it is a structure which is concerned with the supporting the forelimbs. This particular structure is characterized by the presence of endoclavicle. Okay, then comes the circulatory system, heart. The heart is incompletely 4-chambered. We can see that in class reptiles they have a 3.5 chambered or incompletely 4-chambered heart with the 2 auricles and an incompletely divided ventricle. Okay, but except in the case of crocodile we know that it is an reptilia. It's coming under the class reptilia, but you can see that their heart is fully 4-chambered. As in most of the advanced chordates, you can see that they have like us, we have 4-chambered heart with the 2 separate auricles and 2 separate ventricles. So this condition is found in crocodiles. Then truncus arteriosus that we will discuss later. This truncus arteriosus is practically absent here, and the aortic arches take there independently from the ventricles. Instead of the truncus arterios structure, the aortic arches are generally independently will be formed from the ventricle itself. Then the adult functional kidney. About the excretory system. The functional kidney is metanephros. Mesonephric duct will be disappears in female, but it is retained in male as epidermis. So we can see that an well-developed, highly developed kidney is found in reptiles. Then comes the respiration. The respiration is purely pulmonary, that means through lungs, as they are terrestrial organism. This respiration is generally through lungs, and gills are altogether absent at any stages of development. Then comes the middle ear. The middle ear contains columella oris, which transmits sound waves as vibration from tympanic membrane to the inner ear. Then comes the fertilization. The fertilization is internal. The eggs are macrolethal, that is, it is heavily locked. Cleidoic. Cleidoic means it is the egg generally composed of shell, an outer covering of a shell which is generally laid onto the land, and the embryo is enclosed within a fluid-filled bag that is called the amnion. So they are amniotes. So that's all about the different salient features of the class reptilia. And if you have any doubt, please do in the comment section.